Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and once again, I'm joined by Derek. Hey, Derek, how's it going?
Doing all right.
All right, so in this game, we are finally getting around to some games between myself and Jerry at my house, also known as Yoda's Hut, where we're using meditation and mastery cards. I am playing a deck suggested by Royal Aegis from the boards. It's Navy affiliation, but it's kind of interesting because it doesn't have Tarkin, Yularen, or Deploy the Fleet. It has two Might of the Empire, two Imperial Entanglements, two Endor Entrapment, two Inexorable Destruction, that's the new Navy pod, one Repair and Refurbish, and one Entrenched Defense. And Jerry pulled out a deck that he's kind of liked playing with all the Spectre units and Ahsoka. It's Jedi affiliation. He's running two A New Beginning, two Spark of Rebellion, two Explosives Artist, two The Last Warrior, and two Asteroid Sanctuary for Falcon and the Twists. So it looks like we're getting started here. And on my flop, I got Repair and Refurbish, Entrenched Defense, and Imperial Entanglements. And Jerry got Explosives Artist, Last Warrior, and Asteroid Sanctuary. So any initial thoughts about this deck so far?
I remember Jerry's in the past. I know we'd always talked about the chances of him getting ousted on his resources if he doesn't get the right objective flop because he's
Right.
running three colors, being a little dangerous. But he looks like he's okay right now. He's got two of the three have influence, so. Your objective flop looks pretty much ideal. You've got the Imperial Entanglements, which is going to be a huge hassle, and Repair and Refurbish, which also is going to be constantly healing stuff, and then you got the Entrenched Defense to protect them both. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And Jerry looked like he pulled up Sabine with Explosives Artist there. I actually remember in this game the other objective I had was my second Imperial Entanglements. As I was so
Oh,
tempted to
jeez.
put it out too to get the two extra guns, but I didn't do that. So it looks like starting here, I'm going to play a logistics officer, get some resources going, and then a decimator for two.
Yeah, I honestly, if you had the double Imperial, I would have probably kept that
Yeah,
over Repair and Refurbish, just because those three gun decimators that strike first are untouchable. The
yeah,
three damage is the key.
yeah,
Although you do get your ion cannon, so
yeah.
that's pretty good too.
Yeah,
But
so I got the ion cannon and just committed the logistics officer to the force, so I didn't have to commit the decimator there and took
yeah,
balance. So yeah, so that was a pretty good turn. I mean, all things considered, because I'm going to be able to shoot something for two if he gets it out, and then also tactics things down.
yeah, that's what I was meaning. If you could, two is good, but if he plays a Falcon, you decimator, you'll be able to focus him now, but you won't be able to kill him.
Right, right.
So that's why that third gun would have been huge.
Yeah, I debated, not keeping repair and refurbish, but I ended up going for the
Yeah,
healing aspect. So Jerry got a resource there. He's got a Cloud City guest quarter, so that's certainly helpful. And we know he has Sabine because he pulled it with Explosives Artist.
yeah. If nothing else, I'm sure you'll be seeing her this
Yeah.
turn.
And then it's probably a matter of does he want to actually just keep it, play her and attack or just keep balance or would he want to commit her? I don't know. That's
Well,
usually a tough choice there, yeah.
he's not going to gain anything by attacking with
Right.
her either.
Not with the decimator out.
No.
So it looks like he is just going to play Sabine.
Yeah.
I said she's not elite, so I guess he may need to think a little bit about whether or not he really wants to actually attack. Yeah, I mean, commit her if he doesn't attack, just because then she could get locked down. But
Yeah, that's the one thing about his deck is he's missing Yoda. He doesn't play Yoda in that deck,
yeah,
does he?
I'm always surprised he doesn't have Yoda in there. But
Yeah. Yeah, I had a very similar deck, but I don't remember what I was not running. But I know I had Yoda in there in place of one of the other two ofs.
yeah, well, I could see using Yoda maybe instead of Ahsoka, even though Ahsoka's kind of neat. But
Yeah, I think that's what I was doing because then you didn't have to run the Jedi affiliation either.
right.
and that took care of the resource problem then.
Right.
So
Because then you got all those things that could, you got May the Force be with you and the four influence things to help you get Yoda out, or Yoda you seek Yoda if you need it.
yeah,
So
and you could run Rebel affiliation because you only have 2 Rebel pods.
right, right, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Jerry's probably trying to weigh his options here. I'm sure he's thinking he doesn't really need to attack him with Decimator. I think he's probably just deciding does he want to commit or not.
Yeah.
And it looks like he is. He's going to commit Sabine, take balance, and the dial is just going to go up to 2. And we'll see if I can get some stuff here. So it was very odd. I mean, one of the reasons I picked this deck of the different Navy ones that's suggested was um, it was odd playing a deck that was Navy but had no Tarkin, no Yularen, and no Deploy the Fleet. So it wasn't like it was set up to
Mm-hmm.
just wreck things. It was more set up with that defense stuff with entanglements
Yeah.
and repair and refurbish and entrenched defense. So I got the fleet staging area out. I've got another Chud guy too, another logistics officer. So I've certainly got resources.
Yeah, it looks like it's more a defensive version of
Yeah,
Navy, where both the other ones are much more able to attack with. This one looks like barring getting a few key units, you're probably going to have to play defense with this
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I mean, I guess if I get Chimera, I could attack. It does have the new Demolisher in there, which is a pretty
Yeah.
good offensive unit too. And there's one of the defense platforms, so I don't think I'm going to be attacking anytime soon now.
Hmm.
So that's 5, so I get to use fleet staging area for that. But I would think I'm just going to sit here and I might even let him keep balance at this point because I really don't want to commit the decimator or the defense platform. I guess if I draw the early warning system enhancement from the entrenched defense, then maybe you can commit the one of the defense platforms because you can clear them off with that. But I think I almost think I'd probably sat here and let him keep balance and let him ping something.
Well, does the repair and refurbish, you'll be able to move it off with that? Is that
Right?
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or am I
Well,
thinking?
yeah.
I
At the
always get
beginning
those
of my turn.
backwards. What the Thunder Flare does versus what repair and refurbish
Yeah,
does, because I know they're very
yeah.
similar.
Repair and refurbish. At the start of your turn, you can remove a damage from one of your objectives, and Thunder
Yeah,
Flare moves one from your objectives to one of your opponents when it strikes.
that's right.
So,
Yeah, I knew they both did removal, but I thought only one of them moved it
all
across.
right.
So, yeah, there's no reason for you to attack, and you don't even care if he pings you every turn just because you throw it right back at him, or you at least remove it. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets a good, Falcon or something, I mean, I guess he could maybe get something good here and potentially blow up an objective, but with entrenched defense out, that makes it a lot harder, especially with that defense platform too that's got 3 guns. So
Yeah. He almost has to start pinging an entrenched defense ahead of time instead of
yeah, and instead of
Thunder
repair,
Flare.
yeah. I mean, maybe he thought if he could get lucky, he could take out repair and refurbish or something before I could start healing, but that
Yeah.
seems unlikely.
Mhm. Yeah, he does. I can't even think of what he can draw that's going to help him get through that setup you got there.
Yeah, I mean, he almost might need to think about just building a board for a little bit here, even though it's gonna bring, even though I can heal off the damage when he puts it, but right now with the decimator being able to focus something and striking first if I defend alone, you almost need more units. So it looked like he's finally drew up there. Maybe he was debating if he wanted to discard something.
Well, there's just not really any tricks or anything he's got in that deck that's going to deal with the decimators and the platforms. I think the
Right.
fact that he can strike first with the Decimator, I mean, and with the ion cannon on, I'm trying to think what's in his deck that is going to make a big difference if he draws it. I can't really come up with anything.
Yeah, I can't either. That's why I think he almost needs to try to build a board here.
He does. I mean, he doesn't have Yoda that can get big enough and enough damage to take him out. He doesn't have a way to like ping at him with like Endor Luke or anything else.
Right.
So he doesn't really have any way to get rid of him without absorbing that first attack, which means he's got to be able to take a couple damage and have the tactics go off.
Yeah. There's a Falcon. Now, I guess the one thing that he could have in there is if somehow he could time a Cloud City operative to maybe focus down the
Mm-hmm.
Decimator, but
Yeah.
but that's probably about it. He doesn't have heats in the deck, so you can't really
Mm-hmm.
take it out that way. But Falcon's always a good play because if he wins Edge, he can shoot and get out of the way.
Here's where you're wishing you had your other Imperial entanglements, because
Oh
then it doesn't
yeah,
matter. Because
yeah.
now he can attack and still take the thing. You have to spend your tactics on Falcon, and then he can bounce it afterwards.
Yep. Yeah, unless I have that one heat of battle from a trench defense in my hand.
Well, even if you do, then he bounces it before you strikes and comes back next turn.
Right. But I guess then I could at least focus something else down.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I couldn't one shot him. I could one shot him with the defense platform though.
Yeah, but then you have to win Edge to do that.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
true.
ha- you wouldn't have to with the Decimator if you'd had
Yeah,
the other Imperial entanglements out.
yep, very true. And I only have 3 cards in my hand, so I'm not sure I'm in a great position for an edge val because I think he has 5 still. All he played was Falcon so far, and I can't
Hmm.
imagine he's going to be able to do anything else. So he's going to send Falcon in after something here. Like he's just going to go straight for entrenched defense.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe not. Yeah. Even if he wasn't attacking it, I probably would have. I might have redirected anyway. So I'm going to
Yeah.
block with the decimator. He's got edge 1, so he might as well pass. And I got to think I might just pass too.
Yeah,
Because I
I
don't
would.
really care if I win edge or not. It's the only thing that I would stop if I win edge is I would stop him from drawing a card. So I
Yeah,
think
you don't really care.
yeah, I think we must have both passed because I just saw him point to Asteroid Sanctuary. So I'm gonna get to shoot first with the decimator. I'm gonna shoot Falcon for 2, and I assume focus Falcon so I don't lose my decimator here.
Yep.
Yeah, not that the guns are gonna matter, but I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I might have told Jerry there. I had the other one and I buried it. I should have kept it.
Yep.
But so the question is, will he keep Falcon on? He doesn't really have to pick Falcon up quite yet. So, but Sabine would be in big trouble if she attacks because that platform will just take her out.
Well, he doesn't have any resources left right now, does he?
No,
Other than Sabine's, so yeah, he wouldn't be able to tactics the platform anyway. Not that you could. I
right?
mean,
Yeah, you
they get.
can't.
Yeah, so.
I gotta think. If I'm Jerry, the only thing I'm considering is do I want to bounce Falcon and put something else in. I don't think you
Hmm.
attack with Sabine here. I think you just keep balance so the Dow will slowly trickle up again to 3. So maybe if you got a good unit to put in, I think you drop it in just to build your board.
Well, there's nothing you've got other than Thunderflare attacking that's going to do a damage to that Falcon.
Right. Yeah, so So he did. He just passed his turn. So Dow went to 3, and I'm using repair and refurbish to take one off of itself.
Yep.
And I think I see the early warning system in my hand, which is going to be quite useful here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I also think I saw Chimera in there when I was flipping through. So I could certainly play Chimera. And that's pretty good because that I could do Chimera, then send Chimera in and actually still clear Chimera off with the early warning system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, early warning system functions almost like a May the Force be with you.
Yeah. Except it's repeatable.
Yep.
Well, I guess May the Force be with you is sort of, but if you get everything committed, you might not be able to. Yeah, there's Chimera. That makes sense. So I'll probably focus one of the logistics officers to play it. Yeah. All right. So I gotta think I'll swing with Chimera after something. Maybe Last Warrior. Not that I really have card draw in here, but that's just kind of an annoying objective, just in
Mm-hmm.
case. Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Well, it's either that or go after Asteroid Sanctuary just to stop his card draw.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should have done that instead. I'm swinging at Last Warrior. I gotta think he's not going to defend with Sabine because I could get the extra gun to his Chimera and kill her.
Yep. And then you focus Sabine, take Force back.
Yep. Yeah, I think you. I think if I'm Jerry, I just let it go. Yep. So he let it go unopposed. So I'm going to get use the extra blast from Chimera, and what will I focus here? Yeah, focus Sabine. Makes sense.
Now, early warning system triggers at the end of your turn.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
If I had a Cloud City op with him, I would bounce Falcon and trigger that during my refresh phase,
Uh,
and and lock down the Decimator then
yeah.
after you've done that.
Yeah, that seems like a good timing to do it. Or even if you have to play it during deploy, if you like draw it, you could
Yep.
wait and see. I mean, because I'll be able to clear Chimera off probably at the end of my turn with that. I'm probably debating, do I want to actually swing with the Decimator here to try to double focus Sabine, but I'm not sure it's really worth it. It's probably much better to keep that back on defense.
Well, you still have the defense platform,
Yeah, I am
and you
actually.
can still unfocus either one of them. So you could uh, swing with the Decimator, focus Sabine, then you won't have to worry about her trying to take Force from you again, and then you still wake up the Decimator and let Chimera sit, and you still have your Decimator and your defense platform.
Yeah. So I think I was deciding if I wanted to commit it. I went back and forth and finally decided not to. I just was taking balance with the logistics officer, and then I cleared off Chimera with early warning system, just reminding Jerry how that worked. So unfortunately, we've been so busy we hadn't played much in about the past month. So I think he was actually hadn't played longer than I had. So he's like, "Wait, what's that card do again?" So
Yeah, I think in yours, because of how defensive you're set up anyway, I probably would have swung with the Decimator and then left Chimera focused and freed up the Decimator and the platform. That way, that's one of his force cards is still gone. He's going to have to commit something else. So there's a chance you could get the dial to move up 2.
right,
Plus, you're going to have damage on 2 objectives.
right. Yeah, I'm not as aggressive as you are,
I
as
know,
we've discussed
you're
many times.
still like no damage on your objectives. You have force, and that would give you 2 big defenders. I think you're
Yeah,
still in good shape.
yeah. There is the Cloud City operative. He's just playing it.
Yeah.
It looks like he's moving it from the logistics officer to the decimator. Okay,
Mhm.
that was a little annoying, but not completely a surprise.
Yep.
Those Cloud City operatives are still good.
Oh yeah.
And he's still got, resources to play with here. So he's got 4 if he uses Sabine, although you might want to keep something open and use Sabine's ability. And there is a Children of the Force, which would probably be more useful with either Spark out or the Chud and Zeb set, I guess, that lets you try to look for enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, that's the thing right now. He doesn't have his spark.
no, he does not. So he can't accelerate getting
Yeah.
units out potentially. Well, they always say, if it's a good deck, you should be able to win without Spark if you
Yeah.
don't get it on the flop. So, but I think his deck is certainly meant to take advantage of Spark.
Oh, definitely. Um, I think he's missing Yoda. He's missing that just really big hitter.
Yeah, I'm amazed. So we got a game here with no Tarkin, no Yularen, and no Yoda.
Hmm.
Kind of showing some variety in the card pool here.
Yeah, Falcon versus Chimera.
Yeah, Falcon versus Chimera at least, but still got some big hitters, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
the Children of the Force does have some blast. I mean, he could potentially send everybody in, except the fact that the defense platform is going to take stuff out. I mean,
It's going to take out 2 of the 3.
right. The only thing it could potentially not take out is Falcon because I can bounce Falcon, but
Yeah, you're still going to have tactics though. Now the text, God, as much as I used it, it's been a while since I've played too. The defense platform is just he can't be damaged or he can't be focused.
he can't be focused while he's ready.
Okay.
But you can focus him again after he gets the first one on him.
Yeah, that's the trick is absorbing that first hit and then keeping him
Right.
locked down.
Yeah, that's why you need something like Yoda that gets pumped up and can just take it out. So
Mm-hmm.
I think Jerry's got a tricky decision. I mean, he's built up a little bit. He could just commit Falcon or something and take. Oh, he has balance just with Sabine. He could keep trying to build the board, but since I only really have Chimera on offense, but I don't know. I think you at least swing with Falcon here and try to maybe win an edge battle, get some damage on the board, and then bounce Falcon out of the way. And he could even use Sabine to give Falcon an extra blast.
Well, he's got the edge 1 also.
Yeah. And there is Ahsoka's Informant.
That can help with edge also.
Yeah, and then he's just going to commit Falcon, it looks like. Take balance, and the dial go to 4. Yeah, Jerry's probably thinking I don't really have a lot of in the way of offensive firepower out there, so he's probably assuming he can keep the dial kind of ticking up slowly here and try to just build a board before I attack. But
yeah, the problem with that is the fact that you've got repair and refurbish out. He's not going to make any progress, and he's running out of time.
yeah, because eventually I'm going to draw something that I could attack with here, I would think.
And I mean, granted, he's building a board, but so are you, and
Right.
your board's much better off than his is right now at this point.
Yep, there is the Demolisher. So that's one of the ships in the new Inexorable Defense. It's got 2 black guns, a black blast, a white blast, and after it, basically, an engagement that it's participating in ends. So if it's still on the board, you can do a damage to an objective that's not engaged, which is really good because that means you can get that damage out on offense or defense. So it's got 4 health, so it's a little harder to take out in one shot. So it can usually stick around. So now he does have the 1 tactics from the Cloud City Operative, and I guess that's probably it. Yeah.
I didn't realize that you could use him on defense and do a damage to an enemy objective.
Yeah, the way he reads is just after an engagement he's participating in ends, do a damage to a objective that's not engaged or something. The way it's written,
Yeah.
So basically, if you attack with it, you couldn't do a damage to the same objective you're attacking.
Right.
But yeah, you can kind of throw it back like a thunder flare on defense if you needed to, or
Hmm.
Imperial Fist, or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty
I
good.
hadn't didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's probably one of the better cards in that set. I mean,
Well, that whole set is good. Yeah.
yeah, the set's good. I think Screed's, I'm not sold on him, but just because
The
the
unit,
pilot,
the
yeah,
admiral. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's like you're not usually going to be playing pilot stuff to get them out cheaper, so you're gonna have to pay the two cost, and then you got to get them on something that'll live to make sure you can get the two damage in, and if
Yeah.
you survive. And the Nebulan fighter is kind of cool because it's got black icons and it can gain a white icon from something,
Yeah.
but it has no force icons on it, so it's like that's I don't know. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, I like the pod, but
Yeah,
it's definitely think the admiral is the least important
yeah. The
in
fate
it.
cards are great, and the objective itself is just awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's certainly another really really strong Navy pod. Um,
Hmm.
whether it's as strong as some of the ones that are released, I don't know, but it can hold its own. Like you can certainly put it in there and get some mileage out of it. So
It's one of those that fits into a lot of different decks. You don't need to build around it.
right.
So, and that makes it a very versatile pod.
Yep. And you can really take advantage of it if the objective's out with those fake cards and do
Yep.
some shenanigans. So it looks like I'm going to attack with the Demolisher. I don't know if I'm just trying to, maybe Jerry's trying to decide if he wants to defend.
Well, I
So,
think part of the is because you got 3 damage on Last Warrior. So if you attack with him, then you move one, put one on Last Warrior, and then you free him up with early warning system. Then you can use him defensively to take out Last
yep.
Warrior.
Yep, exactly. So I am attacking Asteroid Sanctuary here. And Jerry looks like is he gonna defend? I don't know. Nothing could take it out. I mean, all you could do really is defend with. No, he's going to defend with Falcon. Oh, okay. He's going to defend with Falcon and the Cloud City Operative. So
Well, that would take it out if
yeah,
he wins Edge.
yeah, if he wins Edge, he could focus the Demolisher with the Cloud City Operative and get a gun off, and then finish him off with Falcon.
Now
But
would now would be a great time to have that heat of battle.
yep, sure would be. I see a tactical planning in there. That won't really help me get rid of icons, but it's three force icons, so that's good. Put one in because he had
Well, he
edge
does
one.
have rebel cards in his deck.
Right.
Or Sabine, if he puts say custom paint job in the Edge,
Yeah.
but
So I played a Battle of Endor, it looks like, and he played well equipped. So he's going to win that edge battle because I don't think anything out there is Endor right now. He's drawing a card with Asteroid Sanctuary.
well, you just lost your guy then.
Yeah, this may not be good. That's unfortunate, really.
Huh. I don't know why you put him out there and then didn't even go fight for the Edge battle. Because he clearly had enough unit damage out there to win
maybe
or
I
to
ha-
kill him.
maybe I have some trick.
Well, you do have resources. I would say if you had a tractor beam, that would be good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because if I have a tractor beam, if he shoots with Falcon, I mean, he's almost got to shoot with the Cloud City Operative first
Right.
to tactics him down, because otherwise I'll kill Falcon. So maybe I have tractor beam.
No,
That's
he's shooting with the other guy. No, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing either. So he's shot with Falcon, then he bounced Falcon and put in Ahsoka. So he's gonna let me kill this Cloud City Operative. If I have tractor beam, I didn't even use it. Yeah, so I'm gonna
I don't
kill.
know why he did that.
Yeah, I'm
If
not
you
sure either.
Because if you don't have tractor beam,
I
huh?
got one to the objective and then one on a post. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that either. I think I would have focused it and taken my chances because then if I tractor beam, he can just bounce Falcon then.
Did you forget to use the Demolisher's reaction there?
No, I
Oh
think
no,
I
you explosive artist.
yeah I
I
threw it
see
on
now.
explosive artist to spread the damage around. It looks like because I'm probably thinking I don't have a lot of offensive firepower, so it's probably try to split up some of the damage rather than take one thing out. And none of those objectives are really awful. The asteroid sanctuary is a little annoying if he keeps winning edge, but explosive artist does nothing. Last warrior could do something since he has Spectre out, but I don't think I have card draw really in my deck, so because I don't have the
Hmm.
mouse droid or anything like that. So I'm attacking explosives artist with Chimera. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I can see that with you not wanting to blow up an objective, just get damage out there. Because that'll put 4 damage on it if he doesn't block.
Right.
And then you can still focus Sabine and take force back.
Yep, exactly. So I'm going to probably do the extra blast, I would assume, because I wasn't shooting anything. So I do two more with Chimera. Yeah, I got to focus Sabine. Yeah. And then the unopposed, so it'll put it up to 4 total at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I might be debating the tractor beam now for some reason. Like, do I want to blow this up and kill Sabine? Or, I mean, focus Sabine? I don't know.
I would save it.
Yeah, I think I ended up saving it, but I'm almost positive I had tractor beam in my hand. That's why I didn't care as much about that edge battle. Yep,
Yeah.
so 4 on that, 3 on Last Warrior, 2 on Asteroid Sanctuary. And then I might, yeah, I don't think I want to attack with anything else. Maybe I commit the other logistics officer to give me 2. Yep, there we go. Take balance and use early warning system pride. I think I might clear off Chimera, I would think, rather than Demolisher. Yeah, since the Demolisher has 3 damage on it now.
Well, the thing is, now if you saved your tractor beam, if he replays Falcon and attacks, you can block with Demolisher and then, or you can tractor beam and then block with Demolisher.
I don't think
Yep.
I can. You have to do it from a vehicle to something that costs lower. And so Falcon's 5, and
Oh,
everything I have.
is it
Yeah,
lower?
yeah,
I
it has
thought it
to be
was.
lower.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
it
was
can't be
thinking
the
it
same.
was just vehicle to vehicle.
No, you have to. I guess the only thing you could use Executor or those Death
Yeah.
Squadron Star Destroyers, I guess, but
Well, then
or
your tractor beam
Devastator.
wouldn't have worked the previous turn then either.
Well, I could have tractor beamed like onto my Decimator or something. Is what I would have done.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think I was gonna do. So there's Falcon again. Jerry really isn't drawing resources this game. I mean, he had the Cloud City guest quarters. He's got Sabine, but he didn't get the one from Last Warrior, the improvised defenses, which would certainly help him.
Well, he hasn't seen Kanan either.
Yeah, he hasn't seen Kanan to get him. Yeah, so I think the resource, I've definitely won the resource battle in this game, and that certainly helps.
Yeah. I
And
still don't see how he's ever going to get through. I mean, he's mitigating what you can do, but he just can't attack.
yeah, I've got a pretty good Navy fortress set up here right now.
The only thing that's missing is that second in Imperial Entanglement
I know,
location,
I know.
and because then if you get more decimators,
That's true.
yeah.
So he's sending Ahsoka and Falcon after repair and refurbish. I gotta think I'd redirect here.
Yeah, so here if you had your Imperial Entanglements, you block with the Decimator, you tactics Falcon and kill Ahsoka. But now
Yeah,
you can't do it.
Yep. Or you.
Or the other
Yeah,
way
yeah,
around. But
exactly.
he would bounce Falcon,
Right.
and you would still. So he wouldn't even be able to make this attack if you had that other objective out there.
Yep. So I redirected here, and I'm gonna block with the defense platform. That's interesting.
Well, because you can kill Ahsoka.
Yeah, I can kill something even if I lose edge, as long as he doesn't have a surprise heat in his deck, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't. And I'll leave the decimator for the chump guys, I guess.
Yeah, well, he has no tactics on the table either.
Right.
That's the other thing he's missing with his Yoda.
Yeah, he played a twist there. I don't know what I put in. I think I probably put in tactical planning or something. Not that that would help me right now. The only one that I could take care of would be Sabine, but unless he
Mm-hmm.
played custom paint job on something, then it could help. But
Yeah.
so I think I let him win edge. And I think I told him, you just decide which unit you want to die. It's one of them's dying.
Yep.
And my defense platform is not dying. So he's probably trying to decide, let Falcon die or let Ahsoka die. And I
Yeah.
always think you shoot with Falcon first and do the 3 damage and then maybe not even bounce and just leave them both there as targets.
Well, I think either way, he's going to end up killing Ahsoka then.
Right. Right, yeah, because I'd have to shoot Ahsoka to avoid the defense platform dying.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't really have to bounce Falcon mid engagement, but I guess you. I mean, I think that's what you do is you shoot with Falcon to get the 3 damage out there. Would be my guess.
Because if you don't shoot Ahsoka, that's going to be 5 damage, and that's a
Right,
lot for that to the objective.
right, right. So I guess he's trying to decide, but this one seems obvious to me. You shoot with Falcon, you put 2 on the objective, and then you bounce Falcon, or it said you don't really have to bounce right away.
So
Cause
here's another option. What if he's holding Bamboozle? Maybe he swings with Ahsoka and tries to bait you into going after Falcon, and then he bamboozles onto anything else and double swings with Ahsoka, killing the platform that way.
yeah, since he doesn't have resources for that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that would have been if he had left the resources open, I would have had to be leery about that.
Yeah.
So he's got a bit of a tough decision, although I'm sitting in such a good position in this game. I'm not sure it really is going to matter, but I think my hope is to try to be able to win next turn. If I can somehow inch the dial to 5 or 6, or if I've got a happy alligator. So he's using Sabine on Falcon to give it an extra blast. So it does 3 damage to the objective, and then he didn't bounce Falcon in between. And then
Yeah, because now if you didn't, you would have been able to kill the objective if you didn't kill
right,
Ahsoka.
and then he just put it in the other Ahsoka. So that's a reason to not bounce Falcon then, because if you bounce Falcon, you couldn't put in the other Ahsoka when she dies. So
Yep. And now if you redirect, you're going to end up losing that objective, but still I
yeah,
don't think you can. So that's the problem. He's doing all this work, you might eventually get that objective, but then he's going to be wide open and you're just going to kill him next turn.
right. Well, I'm not sure he could even get the objective now if he attacks, because I still got the decimator.
Yeah.
So I can block with the decimator if he goes after it with Ahsoka, and I'll just focus her down.
Mhm. Well,
And
if he did, he would have to send like a bunch of guys to do it to be
right,
able
right,
to do that.
right. And the other guys have white blast, so
Yeah.
and I
Although
could
you don't care about edge anyway.
right, and I could
You,
shoot either one of them. Focus
yeah,
is so
you'd
yeah.
shoot one, focus the other.
Well, I probably shoot one and focus Ahsoka, so
Hmm.
it doesn't do him any good. Yeah, he's gonna send her and I guess force me to block with the decimator here. And I could block with Chimera, and then I know I'm gonna kill her even if he gets a couple damage in.
Well, that would also give you another tactics on the board too, assuming
Yeah,
you can win edge.
yeah. I don't know if I can win Edge. I didn't win that last one. And so I'm pretty sure he remembered to draw his card with Asteroid Sanctuary. Yeah, I think he's just trying to get some damage in. Yeah, I'm going to block with the Decimator. I'll just shoot her for two and focus her, I would assume. So, not sure Jerry even wants to bother to win Edge here. It really doesn't matter. Because I'm probably not going to let Ahsoka shoot since she's got the two black guns.
Hmm.
And her abilities, like, I think if I remember right, when you play a Jedi Fate card or something, you get to draw a card or just, or,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
I
Or it
haven't.
might just be any Jedi card in your edge,
Oh,
but
yeah, yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I
Yeah.
always get her and her objective mixed up. One of them is just a Jedi card, period.
Right.
The other one is Jedi Fate card. I believe it's Ahsoka that gets to draw with just any Jedi card in the edge stack.
That sounds right because it seems like most of those things related to the fate cards are on the objectives, so it's
Yeah.
probably that. So I guess Jerry's just deciding does he even want to bother throw anything in edge because, as I said, it doesn't really matter to me. All right, he's got something. I wonder what he's got there. Looks like I'm gonna pass. He just threw one in.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he got to draw a new card that way. Maybe that's why he did it.
Well, he should have got to draw two because he would have got one with Asteroid Sanctuary too.
Oh yeah, but I don't think he threw a Jedi card in there.
I couldn't see it.
I think he threw that explosive, the improvised explosive in there. It was just one.
Oh, okay.
So I shot Ahsoka for two and focused her. And unless he has a trick, I'm going to keep balance, and the dial's going to get a six, and then I should be able to win.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's. I can't think of any kind of trick he would have with no resources right now. That he can't even take balance back because I committed that other logistics officer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's scooping. Yeah, he's scooping there.
Yeah, there's just no way he was getting through.
Yeah, I guess I was pulling up what I was gonna have. I had the tractor beam. I had Empire Strikes Back too. So even if the dial only got to five, that was gonna help. So the Navy Fortress deck that Royal Aegis suggests certainly did its job as people would expect. It just kind of kept
Mm-hmm.
Jerry's board locked down. He got that three damage in at the end, and that was pretty much it. So
Yeah, I think if you'd have played it differently and not kept the Thunder Flare thing instead, he I mean he would have got to ping you once or twice, and that damage would not have come off. When he kept balance, but at the same time, I don't think he ever would have been able to attack. Just because the decimator would have auto killed one unit and focused the second one.
yeah, yeah,
So
it
yeah.
was a bit of a gamble. I mean, mainly because I thought, do I keep it? And certainly, if you get a decimator, it's great. But if you end up not drawing a decimator in your opening hand, it's not quite as effective having that both of them out, but
Yeah, but you get 4 of them in your deck.
yeah, so you got a
So,
decent shot of pulling them if you mulligan for it. But
yeah, I mean, you got like a 2 out of 3 is the odds really. It's like 67% chance that you're going to get at
yeah,
least one of them.
yeah. Anyway, well, as a interesting game. I said the Navy Fortress deck did its job against the Spectre guys. So, well, thank you for joining me for commentary as always, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yep, anytime.